Hello, everyone. This is Daniel, and I'm going to be making a video about respecting all Christians, and especially respecting all believers of Christ. I know the world does not respect believers of Christ, but they're going to be going against these people that really destroy their churches, rip their Bibles, and all that. They're going to go against these people who do that. So, who are the believers of Christ? If you ever see a church with a rainbow flag, those I don't believe are true believers, but there might be a believer in there. So yeah, better watch what I say in all churches. Even if it's a Catholic church, there might be someone in there studying what it's like. So again, you have to respect all churches. And if you're ever in a mosque, you can respect them all you want, but really, if there's a Christian in there, that will be a surprising thing. Now, if you ever see a person in the backseat of let's say, a Hindu or Buddhist temple, and then going to a Catholic church like a month later, that type of person is studying what it's like to be in a false church. And I think that would be a pastor of a true church. As you knows. So obviously, you have to understand that being a true believer doesn't mean you have to do what the world thinks is right, but it does mean that you have to do what God thinks is right. Now, if God tells you, okay, study a Buddhist temple or study a Hindu temple, then that's next thing he does tell you to study a Catholic church. You'll see similarities, of course, but he will also realize that there's a lot of problems in this church and that he has to address them. So what this means is that the Catholic Church that does not respect Christianity will go against judgment on the day of God. Now, such a thing as a Catholic. There's such a thing as a Catholic Church as basically messing with the people that used to be of God, but instead they become atheists, and then they disrespect true Christians. I mean, the Catholic Church is in serious trouble here because they disrespected God's children in many ways. But they can also be God's true children if they're not truly Roman Catholic, or if they're not believing in false gods. If they actually believe in a Jesus that will rescue them from hell, then if that they believe that's the only thing that they believe in is a Jesus that will rescue them from hell, and if they forgive all the people that are their enemies, and if they do all the things that are loving, then you should respect them because they're probably God's true children. Obviously, you people have to be really careful who you mock and who you mistreat, because they'll go against you on the day of judgment. So anyway, now if I told you that I'm part of the government of heaven, and if I told you that I had the Holy Spirit and I was part of the temple of God, and if I was going to rule against you, that's some scary stuff, because not only do I have a lot of power under my wing, like I'm the vice president of God. I mean, that would mean a lot to make sure that you would have to be very careful, because I can't tell you everything that I saw, but if that was the case, then you have to respect who I am. Because the children of heaven, the one that rules the inner 12, and the children of heaven that are completely faithful and part of the government of heaven, these people, you know, these people know what they're doing. And obviously, they may not have all God's authority, but they sure have all of God's power. I mean, not all of God's power to have knowledge, but all of God's power, maybe even to create. You don't know, because they'll be like gods. At least they'll be like gods of thunder and gods of everything. And even further, Jesus Christ said that they'll be like Christs. So we are to be Christs. And a Christian, like a term for a Christian is, Christs. Because we are Christs. And even worse, if you go against us, not only will Jesus destroy you, but we will be his evidence. And since he is even worse, since he is all-knowing, if we are his evidence and you do horrible things to us, you'll be the worst thing that we have ever seen. So, do not ever judge against us. And also, for any of you that respect Christianity, you would have done the most wonderful thing you have ever done. Because love goes very far. Loving a true Christian goes further than anything else can go. Love everyone. Love everyone to the fullest. And you will see how many great results you can get. Because love is so wonderful. It goes really far. And I hope you too can understand that Christianity or Christ is not just about a religion. It's about a relationship with God that will protect them and he has all power to get rid of his enemies, and especially his demons. And if you were a human, and if you are a human, that if you are, let's say, a human and you literally go against God, he will still call you back, and we will still call you back into loving each other and everything else. But if you instead keep on doing the horrible things of the world, in the end, we will destroy you. We will judge you first, mainly by giving you all the evidence, because we will be witnesses. And then, in the end, God will completely destroy you. We'll be basically, let's say, we will be accountable for destroying you and taking sin away from heaven. That's what we will be accountable for. So remember, just like a person in the gang is accountable for the gang's murder, same with us. We will be accountable for taking sin away from heaven. So basically that means respect every Christian. Okay, I'll be done now. Okay, bye.